Right, welcome to Check Out Travels Friday's Facebook Live. I hope you guys are all doing well and a little bit chilly here in Joburg. But basically this is where we review all the latest destinations, tips, suggestions, and hopefully try to get you an experience of a lifetime. Today we're going to be talking about Mauritius. And just a brief bio about the place, where, what, who, how, some of the common questions that we get from our clients, and just hopefully then just inform you on why you would want to travel to this amazing place. Before we get into that though, please, if there's any questions or anything that you want to know, please put it down there in the comments section. And I'll try to get to it once I'm done, and hopefully can answer some of those things that you kind of thinking about. So let's get straight into it. Just to first sort of give you a brief rundown on Mauritius. I mean, I know a lot of people have gone there. It's like a super popular destination with South Africans. But for those who haven't been there or don't know too much about it, it's a small little island it's a volcanic island near Madagascar and Reunion, as if you sort of flying off to Australia. It gained independence in 1968, and it's a volcanic island. So it's got a reef that goes around most of the island, which makes for really cool water sports. It's quite small, the island. Basically when I've been there, I recently was there in May, and wherever you drive, it takes an hour to get somewhere. I don't know how or what, but barring traffic, if you're going from one end to the other, or from the airport to the north or wherever, it takes an hour to sort of get around everywhere. Port Louis is the capital, small little city, town, and they speak Creole in Mauritius, which is kind of like a dialect or a offshoot of French. Obviously the island has a whole host of influences, mainly being from India, China, France and Britain. And those can really be seen, you can really sort of experience those influences through the food, which we'll chat about a little bit later. And then obviously the currency that you use there, Mauritian rupees, and unfortunately at the moment it's looking at about 2.5 to the rand. So that kind of changes as as the rand gets stronger or weaker. One of the big reasons, obviously, when you're going there is going to be a beach holiday. So the weather is going to be super important, and it's a tropical climate. So it is quite hot. It is quite humid most of the time. When it rains, it kind of rains then goes. Generally, it's a humid summer. So from November to April, it's pretty humid, and then it's a cool, dryish winter from May to October. Although having said that, I've been there in July and it gets pretty wet and pretty hot as well. And it's always difficult to kind of know what's going on with our weather patterns at the moment. Personally, I really enjoyed being there in May. It was great. It was out of season. The weather was perfect. Sunny blue skies every day. It was, I would say, generally averaging about between 26 and 30 during the day, and in the evenings was a little bit cooler. It was probably around, 23, 24, not too hot, not too cold. So actually it was like the perfect time to kind of travel there. Just bear in mind that when you travel to Mauritius, across the island, it does kind of vary a little bit the weather. So your east will be a bit windier, southwest will be a little bit windy as well, or proper south will be windy, and then the more popular sort of west, they always say west is best, is less windy. The west is really known for its sunsets, amazing beautiful sunsets. So we'll be covering some of the resorts that are plotted along north, west and southwest, and not really focusing on the east side, but there are some amazing places on the east. So just bear that in mind when you putting your package together, when you're looking at that holiday, that you need to bear that in mind. personally, yeah, I really like the west. I really like the southwest. It's really nice down there. It can get a little bit windy at times, but in May when I was there now, it was perfect. And it's a little less commercialized down there. A lot of vegetation. Not quite so many hotels next to each other. So that was a personal kind of preference. Let's move on. Why visit Mauritius? So I think Mauritius is just it's the ideal location. It's this tropical location, palm trees. Beautiful water, warm water. I think it averages about 28 degrees there. It's a 4-hour flight from Joburg, 5 hours from Cape Town, I think 3.5 more or less from Durban. You've got all direct flights. Generally with the flights, SA probably have the best times because they leave a bit earlier, and when you come back they leave a bit later, giving you a load a bit more time. But having said that, Air Mauritius generally offer the best deals, so they leave a little bit later and they come back a little bit earlier, but it's a couple of hours, so it's not make or break, although the rand will certainly, that will be more of a deciding factor. And then British Airways obviously fly on Saturdays. It's a 2-hour time difference between the countries, so not too bad. And really this place is just known for the ideal location for families, couples and honeymooners. So that pretty much covers everyone. But for me, having a young family, it's absolutely perfect. I've not been to too many places in the world that cater so well for kids. Like their kids clubs, specifically in the hotels that we're going to be focusing on this month, are absolutely amazing. They have so many activities. It's safe, it's secure. The kids have an absolute blast. Mom and dad have a whole host of water sports that they can do, from water skiing to kayaking to sailing to paddle boarding. It's so everyone's happy. Everyone's having a cool time. And it's so that's great. And then there's some really beautiful places for honeymooners. So yeah, it kind of covers everyone. All inclusive. Most of the resorts there offer all inclusive, and all inclusive is basically, it includes all your meals, all your drinks, so that you don't have to worry about paying anything when you check out, other than any extras or whatever that you've taken. So that's really important because Mauritius is starting to get a little bit expensive. Like a beer can cost you 90 Rand, 100 Rand. So, it depends on where you are, in which resort you are. But it is pricey. It is in, most of the prices are euros, depending hotel. So exchange rates do play a part. So go all inclusive. And this is one of the benefits of traveling to this destination, especially for us currently cash-strapped South Africans. Like I said, the sea is really warm, 28 degrees, beautiful. And what's nice is that because you've got this reef that goes around the island, you don't have these massive big waves or whatever, other than right down in the south there, Chandrani's got a wild beach. But it's not like our coastline, which is quite wild. The waves are pretty big, sometimes they can be, for the little ones, it can be a little bit of a difficulty. Whereas there it's just flat, it's beautiful, great for snorkeling, good for diving. So that's a definite plus. Shopping, really good for shopping. You've got obviously your shopping malls there. There are actually a lot of South African companies that have kind of moved over there. Some have closed down, moved back, but like Woolworths, Spar, Pick and Pay. And you've got your market. So when I was there, some of the guys went to a place called Super U, and they shopped there, which was like a big shopping mall kind of place where you could buy everything. And I went into the markets, and you're bargaining, and you're getting sort of some local handicrafts there. And then obviously lastly, just the food. The food is amazing. You've got all these influences from China, from France, from Britain, India, and so then you've got your curries, you've got your stir fries, you've obviously got your fresh cooked baguettes. There's a whole host of just a huge variety of food at these hotels, and And what I found with the hotels there, whether it's 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, the service is amazing. So like certain destinations like Zanzibar and everything, they've still got a way to go to kind of reach those levels. But Mauritius, they've got it waxed. I mean, their service is absolutely amazing, helpful, friendly. Just every experience I've had there has been fantastic. So those are just sort of some of the reasons that you would visit there. If you sorry, got a technical issue here. Okay, wait, sorry. I've got this phone on a gimbal, and sometimes it does strange things. So apologies for this. I'm just going to take this off and stick my phone to my screen here. Just give me a sec. The joys of technology. Cool. Hopefully that should be fine. Cool. So just some of the things to do. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. There you go. So just some of the things to do in Mauritius. You've got catamaran cruises that you can go over there, which are really popular. I was swimming with dolphins in May, and we'll cover that a little bit later as well. Diving is really popular. And then you've got, if you go a little bit inland, you've got the 7-colored sands of Mauritius in Chamarel. So it's basically these like sand hills in this sort of smallish area, and all the sands are different colors. It's kind of getting a little bit washed away at the moment, but it's really pretty. You've got Black River Gorge where you can do hiking, and there's the pink pigeon that you can see there. Let's not forget about the dodo, which was obviously killed a long time ago. But you've got underwater waterfalls over there, which are really pretty. And then you've got the botanical gardens where you've got these massive lilies that you can see. You almost feel like you could walk on them. And you've got the giant tortoises over there. There's a lot of people go exclusive. You generally stay there, keeps everyone happy. But if you want to venture out, there is a lot more to do in Mauritius. Obviously also a lot of temples there that you can go look at. And like I say, the shopping's been really good there as well. Otherwise, sit your ass on a beach and take it easier. So those are just some of the sort of reasons to travel to Mauritius. Just looking at the weather. Not too much else I want to kind of say. It's a really awesome destination, really popular, good value for money. We have a host of packages on our website, so take a look on www.checkouttravel.com. And have a look and see if there's something there. If there's not, we can tailor make something for you to suit your budget or to suit your requirements. What we have done is with our packages, and specifically the ones that I'm going to be focusing on this month, I've selected about 6 hotels that I've just recently visited, and I feel absolutely confident about selling these hotels. You'll come back and you would have had a most amazing time. So we're going to focus on specifically this month and next month, about 6-7 properties that we can highly recommend. And we're going to and the pricing that we've looked at is looking at December, because we're in July already, can you believe it? And you definitely, if you're looking at going away in peak periods like December, you want to start booking that stuff now, because it's only going to get more expensive. So the rates we've got from now till December, but specifically the rates advertised, we've got are looking at December now. Like I say, try to see if you can go out of peak season, because then it's a little bit cheaper, it's a little less busier. But I know a lot of us are kind of tied to school holidays. So next week we're going to be chatting about a resort called Paradis. It is a 5-star resort based down in the south. It is an amazing resort. It's really, really cool. It's the most amazing beaches down there, the most amazing scenery, and I'll be chatting about that. You can follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Send us a mail if there's anything that you want. info@checkouttravel.com. And yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I don't know if anyone has any questions or anything they're wanting to know. I'm just going to move here a little bit so I can just see my other screen. Yeah, so if you have any questions, give us a shout. Otherwise, send us an email and let us know. But I really appreciate you taking the time to have join me today, and have a fantastic weekend. It's Good Friday, and it's going to be good times this weekend. So yeah, enjoy. Thank you very much, and chat to you next week. Cool. Cheers. Bye.